Hey there, it's Kat and this is Brews and Reviews. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my Magical Readathon TBR. The Magical Readathon is a readathon created by G from Book Roast, and it's incredibly well thought out. It is so detailed and so much effort has been put into this readathon. I am very excited to be taking part in it. Now, if you've watched my channel before, then you'll know that I'm also taking part in the Because We Can readathon. It's a readathon that I am one of the hosts of, and it takes place from the 13th until the 19th of September. So sort of in the middle of the Magical Readathon. Now, I'm going to be posting a separate TBR for the books that I'm planning to read for that week, but it would be really easy to double up some of the prompts. More than double up, to be honest, because some of the prompts for the Because We Can readathon are things like read something from your TBR or continue on with a book or series. So they overlap very well with the stuff for the Magical Readathon. So if I need to, I can cross them over, but there will be a separate TBR coming for Because We Can. So let's talk about the Magical Readathon. I haven't actually really thought too much about my character. I've got the base things that I need to figure out, but I'm not going to be doing any of the background stuff this month, just because I feel like it would be too busy and I'd have too much going on. So I decided that I was going to be a water earthling. The earthlings were kind of what drew me in to begin with, and I decided on water less for the actual characteristics and more because I'm kind of obsessed with water. I don't know if you know this about me, but I just really like water. Rivers, canals, the ocean, lakes. Just give me a big puddle. I'll take it. I just really like water, except for when it's raining, because no thank you. Anyway, that is kind of why I made my decision for this, and we're just gonna roll with it, because brain empty, thoughts gone. So I'm also gonna be from a wildling background, because fuck cities. I'm going to be from Etheria, and I was gonna be born under a blood moon. That's all I've thought about. Let's get into the actual Novice Path prompts. So for the prompt, the Novice Path entrance, you have to read a book with a map in, and I definitely saw this on someone else's TBR and was like, oh, I didn't realise this had a map in, so I'm going a little bit unconventional, and that is Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. Mostly because I've been wanting to read this one for ages. I just think it looks really cool. Haunted IKEA, yes, please. And I've also just recently read another Grady Hendrix book, which I've really liked, so I am very intrigued by this. It's also one of the books that is included in Audible's weird new have this free book thing that they're doing. I don't know, this is the thing. Anyway, so I have the audiobook for this, so if needs be, then I can listen to it and read along with it, and it's not going to take as much brain power as it would with my eyes. I don't know. Next up we have The Ash-Torn Tree, a book that keeps tempting you, or the top of your TBR. So I have so many TBRs for a lot of different things. I decided that I was going to go very literally and pick from the top of my physical TBR for 2021. And the first book on that list that I haven't read so far is Final Girls by Riley Sager. So this is one, to be fair, this is one that I keep looking at and I keep going, I should read that, It looks really good. Even though I've heard mixed things about it, I still really want to read it. And I think it's something to do with this bright pink. I don't know why, it just really draws me in. It's like, look at me. So I'm gonna finally read this and see what it's actually like, because I've never read a Riley Sager book and I think it could be really interesting. The next prompt is The Mist of Solitude, read a standalone. So for this one I picked another book on one of my end of year TBRs, and that is The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. I've been wanting to read this one for ages, literally so long, and Faye from Mystery 8 with a Book sent me this book ages ago, and I'm just like, I just really need to read this book. So here we go, I'm gonna read it. Apparently this month is gonna be very thriller horror based, or at least my Magical Readathon TBR is, but we'll roll with it, it's gonna be a good time. The next prompt is Ruin of the Sky, read a book featuring ghosts, a haunted house, or other supernatural elements. So for this one, I originally picked something else, and then I changed my mind, because I realised that there was a book on my 2021 digital TBR that I hadn't read that had some supernatural elements. I guess more paranormal, but I kind of lumped them all into the same thing. So, Alpha's Blood, pretty sure it's a vampire sex time book, and mostly I replaced this because, one, it was on my digital TBR, two, I feel like it's going to be like a light read, and considering how busy I'm going to be throughout this month, I thought, oh, just give yourself something easy that is just going to be like brain mush. So that's what this book is. I mean, vampires are fun. Maybe it'll be terrible and I'll end up ranting about it. We will see. The next prompt is Obsidian Falls. Read a thriller or a mystery book. Well, technically I'm already doing that, so I'll do it again. Very, very mystery thriller heavy this month, but it's fine. It's about time. I've barely read any thrillers this year at all, so I really need to just sit and read some thrillers. So for this one, I'm going to be reading Skin Deep by Liz Nugent, and this one was recommended such a long time ago by Aoife from Words of Clover, and I don't remember anything about it, except for the fact that it is full of horrible people. So, you know, that's gonna be a fun time. Also, I just really want to read it. It's also on my 2021 physical TBR, so it's about time I got to it. The next prompt is Tower of Rumination. Read a 5-star prediction. So this is another one that I've been putting off, and surprisingly not a thriller or mystery. It's The Atrocity Archives by Charles Stross. Essentially, it's about a guy who works as a low-level employee in a government branch thing, and it turns out that there's multiple dimensions and different things like that, and bureaucracy. In a fun way, with sci-fi stuff. I don't know, I haven't read it yet. My explanation is terrible, but I'm very excited to read this, especially because it was bought for me by one of my friends who knows that I will really enjoy this book, so can't wait to finally read it. And the last prompt is the Aurelium Academy Arc, a book with a school setting. So for this one I'm going to be reading Dracora by Lynette Noni. This is the 3rd book in the Medoran Chronicles, and I just keep thinking about this series. It's a portal fantasy with a school, with a magical library, and there's science and magic and that sort of thing, and I just really liked it. It's fun and light, even though some dark things are happening. But I read the first 2 earlier this year. I don't remember when I read them, but I'm still thinking about them, and I'm like, I just really need to read the next one. Also, Jenna from Just a Little Bit Random loves this series, and I'm just like, I just need to read it. So this seemed like the perfect choice to read for this one, and I'm going to enjoy it. So those are all the books that I'm planning to read for the Magical Readathon. Obviously I'm going to have a different TBR for Because We Can, but I could definitely cross some prompts over if I needed to, and it's going to be a good time. Good time for everyone. I feel like the Magical Readathon has had so much work put into it that I couldn't not take part in it, so I'm very excited for this. If you're taking part in the Magical Readathon, let me know what character you picked, and if you don't have anything else to say but you wanted to let me know you were here, please leave some sort of fantastical, fantasy-ish based emoji. Your choice. It's fine. Your choice. And if you like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!